Welcome back to Better. Well, people say that finding a great job is more difficult now than ever. In fact, finding any job is really difficult. According to Ginny Clarke, though, author of Career Mapping, anybody can land their dream job if they show off their skills in the right way.
Yeah, that's right. From perfecting your resume to nailing an interview, she's here now to show us how it's done. Good to have you here, ladies.
Thank you.
And Ginny, you brought Ann here on the show to talk about, what kind of trouble that you've gone through to just get a job. You've been searching for a job for over a year, right?
I've been looking for about a year now. I've been doing everything you're supposed to be doing, applying online, going to mixers, exhausting every contact, and it's just been difficult.
Millions of Americans are having that experience right now. Cannot find work, qualified, smart people who cannot find a job. Is it a lack of job openings, or are you having trouble getting calls once you send the resume, or are you having trouble getting hired after the interview?
I think it's both. I honestly haven't gotten that many interviews. Even to get to the interview, it's been difficult. I feel like you apply online, the resume goes nowhere fast. It goes into a black hole that nobody ever looks at.
Just out of curiosity, what industry are you?
In TV.
Oh, good luck. Yeah.
Laughing, which makes me feel
you
like
could come to me. I'm kidding.
No, it's a tough industry,
She's already laughing.
Well, it's already tough, but to begin with, and then even tougher in this particular market.
Tough.
And Ginny's here to fix this, right? You're here to give us some tips on putting together that resume, doing the interview. Where do we start?
Right. You start with a plan, and I think this is where most people go wrong. So in my book, Career Mapping, the whole idea is you start with picking the industries, picking the roles, picking the functions. You don't necessarily have to do what you've always done, and you have to be the one to make the case for why you're eligible and qualified for a particular role.
So you can take your skill set and apply it to a different industry.
Right. To me, it's really about competencies. I've changed careers 5 times. So I've been in commercial real estate, executive search, all these different things, and I took the sort of portable competencies from one industry and one function to the other, and I made a case for myself as to why I'd be the right person.
Like you have to be your own salesperson for yourself. Customizing your resume. I mean, we're going back to that again, where you have to customize it for each and every industry that you would be.
That's exactly right. You need more than one resume. You really do.
Okay.
And I vote for putting an objective at the top and say the kind of role that you're interested in.
And how do you keep it from ending up in the black hole? I mean, that's what you're experiencing. You send out the resume, it disappears into the void. How do you get your resume noticed?
Well, and Ann and I were talking before, and one of the things that she's spending a lot of time doing is applying online. And I think the percentage is maybe 8% of jobs are found online. So I would say spend 92% of your time out networking. But networking strategically, where you've already identified who the primary contacts are in targeted companies that you think you might want to work for. So you got to do research, you got to have a map, you got to have a plan.
I found that what other people are saying who are looking for a job right now, say it's not easy to get in touch with someone in HR who's actually doing the hiring. It's like you got to find events that the people in the industry are attending, and then try to, for lack of a better word, stalk them.
Well, network with them, yeah, sure.
Right there.
Right.
And then have that elevator pitch ready when you do see them. What is it, like 60 seconds?
Yeah, you need to have it tight. So you need to have practiced. You almost need to kind of practice with a script so that it becomes natural. But you need to be able to say what it is that you're interested in, what it is that you've done, what makes you qualified, and a little something personal about yourself to sort of differentiate you. You know, I have a new puppy, or I have a 15-year-old son. Something that personalizes you. That's
So if you get that great resume and you do get the meeting, you've got to be able to pitch yourself concisely and clearly.
Right.
And what can you do to differentiate yourself from the other 300 people they're going to see for this job?
Well, again, it goes back to having done your homework. So you need to understand what the real competencies are, not the responsibilities, but the competencies, so that you can be on the offensive and say and tell them exactly what makes you special and unique and why you're so interested, and you know all these different things about what's going on in the company, and you're the one who shows all this passion and interest.
Have you seen Ann's resume? Did you have to do any tweaking to it? What did we gotta go? But what did you have to change? What was the major change that?
She thought it only needed to be. It could only be one page. Wrong. It can be more than one page. 13 years of experience.
I always thought it was one page.
Yeah, that's what they always say,
I would have thought the same thing.
Yeah.
No, you can make it a little longer as long as your words are well chosen. She needs to put an objective, saying the kind of role that she wants. She needs to outline the competency areas and functional areas of expertise, so that people aren't just looking at the roles that she's been in.
Okay, all right. I really, really hope that you get some phone. I really do.
I do too.
If you have a job for Ann, tweet
you guys
us,
hiring?
Facebook us.
It's a tough market.
We could definitely use your help here.
For lots of other great ways to get yourself back in the workforce, land the job of your dreams, make sure you go out and pick up a copy of Career Mapping. Jenny, thanks for being with us.
Thank you. Good luck to you.